Bombshell new report has revealed that Queen Camilla has banned Prince Harry and Meghan Markle from the royal palaces forever.
Prince Harry back here in Britain, but only, it seems, for court cases.
In a stunning turn of events from a royal drama series, Prince Harry finally did the unimaginable and filed a lawsuit against Queen Camilla, his stepmother. Yes, you heard correctly. The subject of a high-stakes royal dispute is the same woman who was long accused of being the other woman in Princess Diana's tragic tragedy.
Perhaps most controversially, Diana's suspicion of Camilla.
Harry is tired of playing nice after years of remaining silent, enduring tabloid storms, and attempting to move on in California. Secrets are being revealed behind the royal gates, and this time, they have nothing to do with public arguments or family conflicts. It concerns harmful leaks, hard, cold proof, and a Queen Consort who might have finally betrayed the wrong prince. Why did Harry make this explosive move? Is Camilla's meticulously cultivated royal persona on the verge of disintegrating? Could the royal family be torn apart, for good, by this lawsuit? Stay tuned and watch till the end, because this isn't just another royal squabble. It's a full-blown legal battle with the potential to rewrite royal history forever. The royal code of silence, shattered at last. The British royal family has lived by the unwritten rule: never complain, never explain. For generations, betrayals were hidden behind protocol and pearls, scandals were brushed under crimson carpets, and tears were shed behind castle walls. The golden rule of the monarchy has always been to keep up a calm and untouchable facade, regardless of the pain of Princess Diana, the shame of Prince Andrew, or the dramatic departure of Harry and Meghan. Prince Harry has filed a lawsuit against Queen Camilla, his stepmother, in what many are calling the most startling move of his post-royal life. Indeed, the woman who was crowned next to his father, King Charles III, was the Queen Consort. This is not a media soundbite or a small-scale argument. According to sources, this official legal lawsuit has the potential to reveal a network of falsehoods, secrets, and long-standing media manipulation. Harry remained silent for years, dignified, even though he and Meghan were being torn apart by tabloids. However, insiders claim that this case has been developing for months and is personal. Princess Diana's shadow has always hung over Camilla. Many people still view her as the person who contributed to the dissolution of Prince Charles and Diana's marriage.
Do you think Mrs. Parker Bowles was a factor in the breakdown of your marriage?
Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
One of the most tragic royal love stories in history, even though her public image has been meticulously restored. And that wound never healed for Harry. His mother died in that Paris tunnel when he was just 12 years old, surrounded by paparazzi and left behind by a system that did not protect her. Harry observed Camilla's gradual ascent to prominence in the ensuing years. First, as Charles's lover, then as his wife, and finally, as Queen Consort. This lawsuit is about more than just Meghan, the press, or briefings, according to many royal observers. It's about Diana, perhaps about retaliation, but it's about justice more than that. A son defending his mother's memory, as well as the wife and kids he now battles to keep safe. Harry has done what few believed was possible by launching this audacious legal action. He has openly attacked the monarchy's inner sanctum. Furthermore, it is a bombshell to name Camilla as a major player in alleged press manipulation. She is a member of the throne, not merely royalty. According to palace insiders, the response was one of sheer fear. Senior royals, including Charles, were blindsided, courtiers scurried, and staff went into overdrive. The royal family is now preparing for impact after years of attempting to control familial strife. In the most catastrophic way imaginable, the once closely guarded firm is now facing a very public reckoning. According to sources, Harry's legal team has proof connecting Camilla's former advisors to damaging newspaper leaks, even though official records are still, for the time being, sealed under legal privilege. Stories that defamed Meghan Markle, stoked tabloid panic, and purportedly portrayed Harry as unstable, dishonest, and reckless are among them. Harry's connection with the royal family is already on life support, as is well known. However, pursuing Camilla in court might be the last straw for the royal family. In contrast to Charles or William, who continue to enjoy public favor, Camilla's reputation is still shaky. And Harry is pursuing her? It's more than just a lawsuit, that's a statement. It says, "I won't be silent. Not for the crown, not for tradition, not even for family." The world is currently watching to see if this lawsuit is tried or discreetly buried. It starts a royal civil war that will permanently alter the monarchy. Prince Harry's wound never fully healed, despite his flawlessly made clothes, royal waves, and grins. Few people understood how much his mother's ghost and Camilla Parker Bowles' presence plagued every move he made within the royal institution, even if the public regarded him as the cheeky prince or the spare to the heir. During his tenure as a working royal, Harry never made any public attacks on Camilla. He conducted courteous interviews, shook hands, and posed for pictures. However, longtime friends and royal insiders always sensed something was wrong. His tone was chilly, their infrequent public exchanges were stiff, and there was a distinct lack of warmth. Why? Because Camilla wasn't just his father's wife. To Harry, she was the walking embodiment of his mother's pain. Camilla was never just a family friend. Even when Charles was married to Princess Diana, she remained his longtime sweetheart.
The wedding of Prince Charles and Lady Diana Spencer today, the stuff of fairy tales.
The late princess famously exposed it all in her 1995 BBC interview. "There were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded." Harry was only 11 years old when that interview destroyed the monarchy's carefully cultivated image. Now picture that child growing up witnessing the lady who caused his mother's suffering not only get away with it, but flourish. From mistress to partner to Duchess of Cornwall to Queen Consort, the journey continues. Harry didn't specifically mention Camilla in every charge in his shocking memoir, Spare, but he didn't have to. Readers were enraged by his portrayal of a dangerous woman who would abandon bodies in the street to improve her reputation. Royal observers made the connection right away. He called Camilla the wicked stepmother character, a cunning media manipulator who supposedly played the long game to win over the public, even at the expense of Harry and Meghan's press reputation. These were not insulting remarks. Harry asserted that several negative tabloid reports concerning Meghan's diva behavior, staff mistreatment, and even personal family matters could be linked to well-planned leaks from Camilla's inner circle. An open secret in royal circles. Camilla is well renowned for being an experienced media operator behind the palace gates. For many years, she has remained connected to prominent British editors and journalists. Royal writers have discreetly acknowledged that Camilla had one of the most successful public relations campaigns in the royal family, particularly in the years after Diana's passing. Camilla needed to divert the public's focus to improve her image. Additionally, Harry saw himself and Meghan as the ideal scapegoats. Consider this: stories about Camilla became more kind, gentler, and even glowing as she was ready to become Queen Consort. Stories about Meghan, however, became more derogatory, portraying her as an outsider, a diva, and a palace problem. Harry, too? He was brainwashed by love to become the irate, erratic prince. Is it a coincidence? Harry didn't believe that, and he would no longer allow that story to remain uncontested. When several negative reports were leaked at pivotal times, including Meghan's pregnancy, Archie's birth, and even the Queen's burial, it was the tipping point.
Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor, born to His Royal Highness Henry Charles Albert David Duke of Sussex. That's Harry. Meghan Markle.
These weren't just any tabloid splashes, in Harry's opinion. They were deliberate assaults designed to deflect attention, inflict harm, and elevate others in the hierarchy. Legal sources further claim that Harry's team discovered links between well-known newspapers that published the tales and certain royal aides who were purportedly related to Camilla. A series of events led Harry directly to his solicitors as a result of that finding. He'd been quiet long enough. Prince Harry is making it obvious that he is no longer merely writing memoirs and doing interviews by filing a lawsuit. He is battling this time with proof, legal support, and tenacity. What about the target? Not some anonymous palace assistant, not even the British press. It's Queen Camilla, whom Harry feels not only mistreated his mother, but also contributed to the disintegration of his own family through covert news conferences and veiled betrayals. Reputation is not the only factor here. Justice, legacy, and correcting the record are at stake. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have been suspicious for months, maybe years. The constant attacks by the media weren't merely an accident or a result of popular demand. The sensation was surgical, specifically targeted, coordinated, individual. At the worst conceivable times, such as when Harry was about to make amends with his family, or when Meghan announced she was pregnant, rumors would start to circulate, or on foreign tours, which ought to have been a victory for the pair. The headlines consistently use the same pattern: Meghan the diva, Harry the traitor, and their enigmatic and concealed children. The numbers didn't add up. Harry, a man who had seen his mother being destroyed by the media as a child, was all too familiar with the game. Royal insiders claim that Harry's legal team got to work surreptitiously, tracking down the sources of the most damaging tabloid articles. This royal conflict wasn't a publicity stunt like others. Examining digital interactions, anonymous sources, and timelines that led from palace corridors to Fleet Street, it was a forensic quest for leaks. They were searching for more than just shady employees or amiable reporters. They sought evidence of a system that permitted the press to be given confidential royal family information in return for positive coverage of other royals. Then, they discovered it. A startling paper trail, emails and other correspondence purportedly related to Camilla's former private secretary, provided the breakthrough. According to insiders, these texts were distributed to prominent royal correspondents who frequently promoted anti-Sussex narratives. Only a select group of royal staff members can see the private timing updates that one journalist obtained about Meghan's appointments. Before a bad piece about Meghan's alleged staff disagreements, another was supplied context that portrayed Meghan as ungrateful, volatile, and difficult to deal with. Harry's legal bombshell. Prince Harry had already spoken out in documentaries, sued the British media, and written memoirs about his suffering. However, he had never directly targeted a senior royal. This lawsuit altered that. Even his closest associates were taken aback by Harry's decision to name people after he discovered the evidence and linked the leaks to Camilla's tight entourage. He included Camilla herself in the legal complaint, not just aides. It was a daring, unheard-of action. A senior royal publicly accused another of taking part in media sabotage for the first time in contemporary royal history. According to reports, Buckingham Palace was caught off guard. Insiders familiar with the case say Harry's accusations center on defamation, invasion of privacy, and reputational harm.
They are the only royals causing chaos behind palace walls and in the public eye.
But court documents are still hidden because of confidentiality obligations. He allegedly quotes, "unapproved disclosures of personal health and family data, intentional misrepresentations on Meghan's interactions with royal employees." Briefing techniques akin to black ops were used to manage the media's portrayal of the Queen Consort's ascent in popularity. Camilla is not the only target of this litigation. The delicate royal order could be overthrown. Camilla might be compelled to answer in public, or worse, testify if these accusations are taken to court. In a way not seen since Diana's BBC appearance, that would thrust the entire monarchy into the public eye. The legal paperwork may be sealed behind the scenes, but the disclosures are dynamite. Reliable sources close to the Sussexes claim that Harry's case is based on three main points. Claims that the media was given access to Harry, Meghan, and their children's private messages and personal information. Claims that untrue stories were purposefully spread to undermine Meghan's reputation, especially about her alleged treatment of employees. Allegations that, to preserve the Queen Consort's reputation during crucial times, Camilla's inner circle obtained and used sensitive royal information. According to a person with knowledge of the issue, Harry's legal team had amassed a thorough collection of documents, including WhatsApp screenshots, emails, and notes that would reveal a pattern of press manipulation connected to Camilla's family. Conversations from shortly after the Queen's passing and in the days preceding King Charles's coronation.
King Charles
King
III
of kings,
is acclaimed.
And Lord of lords, bless, we beseech thee, this crown.
The royal focus was intense during these high-stakes events, and any Sussex diversion in the media might have helped Camilla's seamless accession to the throne. A constitutional crisis unlike any the monarchy has experienced since King Edward VIII's abdication could result from the court's authentication of those documents. Buckingham in panic mode. Secure the gates. Close the drapes. Damage control starts. According to one royal insider, that's how the mood inside Buckingham Palace was after Prince Harry's lawsuit became public. It was a royal earthquake, not just another headline. This wasn't an anonymous leak or a murmur in the tabloids. Within the family itself, it was a public declaration of war. It was alleged that emergency meetings took place in a matter of hours. Legal counsel, communications personnel, and senior aides scrambled to formulate a response. However, the standard playbook wouldn't apply this time. Not merely a far-off tabloid was the object of Harry's legal rage. It was Camilla, the Queen Consort herself. According to sources, Prince William was incensed by the development, while King Charles III was visibly shaken. Shocked and deeply hurt, as her allies put it, Camilla felt deceived by the stepson she'd long tried to keep near, at least in public. However, not everyone was moved by the tears. Critics quickly pointed out that rumors of backroom influence, smart PR ploys, and quiet exiles of individuals who stood in Camilla's way have always accompanied her steady ascent through the royal ranks. It may reverse decades of image building if Camilla is shown to have had a direct or indirect hand in damaging Harry's reputation or smearing Meghan. The people might turn. Diana's narrative might be revived by international media. Additionally, Charles might be forced to choose between his wife and son, which is an unthinkable situation. According to those close to the pair, Meghan advised Harry to be cautious and seek the truth using facts rather than anger. Meghan is methodical, resilient, and fearless in the face of legacy institutions, according to friends. Her fingerprints are also visible in Harry's tough, legal-minded approach to this conflict. Meghan may have requested that Harry record every conversation, suspicious leak, and whisper from within the palace walls. Not to expose Camilla, but to protect themselves according to certain theories. The public's reaction was immediate and electrifying, as was to be expected. Harry's bravery was praised by younger generations, especially Gen Z and millennials, who praised him for standing up for his family and overthrowing an antiquated institution. However, traditionalists were furious, particularly the older royalists and the UK's aristocratic circles. There have been whispers of constitutional worry even in Parliament. The very institution Harry was born into might be redefined by his lawsuit. which began as a personal search for the truth. Will this mark the start of Camilla's demise, or the final cover-up by the Crown? Which do you prefer? Team Camilla or Team Harry? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Remember to subscribe to our channel for more breathtaking royal drama.